Auzu billahi minesh-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. I'm Mohd Iqbal Shah, teacher by Higher Secondary School, Tarthura. Today I will teach you environmental science of class 11th. Topic, subject environmental science. Chapter is population ecology and topic is natality and mortality. Natality and mortality. Dear students, as you know, I told you yesterday about population dynamics, population ecology, population density. Now I will explain to some extent about the natality and mortality of population. Actually, natality is a birth rate. It's a birth rate and is defined to calculate the dynamics of population. Natality means it is defined when and how organisms enter into our community. When and how are the methods by which a new organism gets entered into any community, into any population, into any ecology. It determines the attitude of population, whether a population is increasing, decreasing, or staying in the same size. It is the rate of production of new individuals per unit of population per unit time through birth, through hatching, through germination, and by vegetative propagation. These are the methods by which new organisms get us enter into the universe, by which new organisms get their origination, by which new organisms get their life, get their existence in this mortal world. Dear students, the population natality is calculated as number of births in a year per thousand individuals. Notably, number of births oblique number of individuals in a population with regard to per thousand individuals. The crude birth rate calculates the calculates the population size with number of births per thousand populations per year. The crude births gives number of births per thousand per population per year, whereas specific births count the age of populations. It gives the crude births gives the number of births per thousand populations, while as specific births count the age of populations. It counts the age of populations. Similarly, mortality is defined as death rate. It is defined as how organisms get their elimination, how organisms are extinguished, how organisms get their life end, how organisms gets transformation from one form into another form. Is a measurement of the number of deaths to the number of population. Number of deaths to the number of population. The ratio is expressed per thousand per year. Per thousand per year deaths. Mortality counts in following 5 ways. Firstly is crude mortality rate. This crude mortality rate is defined as it counts the all deaths. That means we can say from cradle to aged persons. It counts all types of deaths, whether they may be accidental, they may be due to crucial diseases, and whatsoever there may be causes, so many causes. Age specific mortality rate is second one. Age specific mortality rate counts the deaths of specific age groups. It counts the deaths of specific age groups. Third one is infant mortality rate. It counts the deaths of children less than 12 months or less than 1 year. In children less than age of 1 month of age divided by the number of live births in same time period. Similarly, there is fourth one, maternal mortality rate. Maternal mortality is the mortality of mother. Is a maternal mortality is the death of pregnant women. There may be so many causes. The mortality rate is very high in developing countries and very least in developed countries, where malnutrition is one of the causes, while proper nourishing, proper heating, proper feeding, proper eating is one. So many causes, and these very causes are also related with the death of the mother. It is defined by WHO death of pregnant women, or the or within 42 days or within 42 days of termination of pregnancy is related as the maternal mortality death rate. And fifth one is under 5 mortality, children dying before the reaching the age of 5, before celebrating their fifth year birthday. It is the probability of a child born in a specified year dying before reaching the age of 5. Sub-Saharan African is highest rank with one children dying out of 13. One children dying out of 13 before reaching the age of 5. It is also related with weaker economy sections. Those very sections which have weaker economy, which have not proper feeding habits, which are become as victims of malnutrition, and this very death rate is very high. Mama Alena Ilal Balagul Mabin, stay home, stay safe. Okay.